For the Lakota, the buffalo was not just an animal. It was the center of survival. Food, shelter, clothing, tools, almost everything they needed walked on these hooves. Elders taught children that without buffalo, their way of life would crumble. From an early age, they heard the same truth: respect the buffalo, and it will sustain you.
The buffalo's presence could be seen in every corner of a Lakota village. Even the walls around them came from its hide.
Within the teepee, buffalo gave warmth, structure, and sacred presence.
Its flesh filled their bowls, and its fat fed their strength. Mothers turned buffalo meat into daily meals that kept children alive through long winters. Every bite reminded them where their strength came from. A hunt was not a slaughter. It was a ceremony of thanks. They spoke to the buffalo's spirit, promising that nothing would be wasted. Women's hands turned the buffalo into food, clothing, and shelter. Hide, meat, fat, and sinew each had their own destination. Dried meat and pemmican carried buffalo's strength into the lean months. They packed its energy into food that lasted for journeys and winters.
The skin became robes, clothing, and the very walls of the teepee. Buffalo hide could be softened, painted, and shaped for 100 uses.
Its fur kept children and elders warm when the wind cut hardest. Their steps across the prairie rested inside buffalo leather. Look around a Lakota camp, and almost everything you see carries buffalo's imprint. Even their stories were told on buffalo skin.
Its bones became tools and supports.
Ribs, shoulder blades, and leg bones were shaped into useful helpers.
From sinew, they made the cords that held their world together.
Sinew-tied bows, robes, tipis, and travois. Ropes from buffalo-pulled families and belongings across the plains. With simple poles and hide, they turned buffalo into transport.
Its hide beat the rhythm of their ceremonies. Its voice carried prayers and songs upward.
Its hide also guarded warriors in battle. They believed the buffalo's spirit still protected them. Buffalo was also a bridge between this world and the spirit world.
Its remains reminded them of promises between people and land.
Food, shelter, tools, ceremony. The buffalo touched every part of daily life. But far away, demand for hides and tongues had begun to eat those herds. Buffalo hunters from far beyond the plains saw only profit. Day after day, the numbers of buffalo fell.
Wagons carried away the Lakota's future in piles of skins.
In distant markets, buffalo became money, coats and belts.
The animal that had fed nations became just another trade good. For the Lakota, the silence where herds had thundered was terrifying. He knew that losing the buffalo meant losing more than meat. Children grew up seeing bones instead of the living herds their grandparents described.
Piles of skulls marked the scale of the loss.
With fewer hides, lodges were patched and repatched. Robes grew thinner, and winters grew harder. Meals stretched further, but families could feel the gap. By then, eating buffalo every day was no longer guaranteed.
As the buffalo disappeared, many Lakota were forced to depend on foreign food.
Rations replaced the gifts the buffalo once provided. Elders now had to explain a world where the buffalo were almost gone. He taught the boy how every part had once served a purpose. Now the animal that once surrounded them lived mostly in stories and symbols. Where there had been oceans of buffalo, only islands remained. Hunters like him had to change how they provided for their people. Others carried the weight of making less feel like enough. Children learned scarcity along with gratitude. Around the fire, they kept alive the memory of abundance. For many of them, those herds existed only in elders' voices.
The disappearance of buffalo changed everything. Food, shelter, movement, ceremony.
He knew that losing the buffalo was like losing a part of themselves.
That is why the buffalo was the most important survival tool, and why its near vanishing cut so deeply into Lakota life.